History's most famous vampire is Count Dracula. Although the story is folklore, much of it is based on truth. Join us as ParanormalTV explores the blood-red origin of Count Dracula. A creature veiled in darkness, a legend who drinks the blood of the living and vanishes before the vampires. They repulse us, yet at the same time draw us as moths to a flickering flame. Our first visual encounter with a vampire was in the 1922 silent film Nosferatu. Filling us with dread and pity, this vampire inspired many future filmmakers to create the ultimate Prince of Darkness. Bram Stoker's Gothic novel Dracula gave birth to this noble vampire. Stoker's inspiration to write Dracula is almost as mysterious as the bloodthirsty hero himself. One night in 1890, Stoker woke from a terrible dream, and it was after this dream that he felt compelled to write the novel. Whitby is a charming old-fashioned town in England. It is here where Stoker stayed during the creation of Count Dracula. He intertwined the myths of vampires from the Middle Ages and the Gothic features of Whitby into his book. From his room in the Royal Hotel, Bram Stoker got his first glimpse at the view that inspired him to use Whitby as a backdrop for his hero's adventures. From his window, he could see directly across the harbor to East Cliff. And there, on top of the East Cliff, is the ruined abbey. The stark stone arches etched against the sky became the extravagant residence for Count Dracula. At the foot of the hill, Church Street joins Henrietta Street. From here, 199 steps lead to St. Mary's Parish Church with its old graveyard. It is within this graveyard that on a bench, Count Dracula's first victim was found. In the same cemetery is a grave where George Cannon, a man who committed suicide, was buried. It turns out that Count Dracula, apart from taking the shape of a wolf or bat, as well as human form, had taken refuge for part of his stay in the unhallowed grave of the suicide. Stoker's later residence in Whitby became 7 Crescent Avenue. And in the novel, Count Dracula's lawyer also lived at 7 Crescent Avenue. 3 chapters of the novel are set in Whitby, and since Stoker's stay there, the town has changed little. Bram Stoker, Dracula, and Whitby have become inseparable. Stoker chose Price Vlad Dracula, the infamous Dark Age ruler, as the model for Count Dracula's character.